Hello, Old School Gamer 1971 here, greetings one and all, especially to you, Millie and Lloyd. Today, my third album thoughts is on Rodgers. I've been playing this game for around 3 hours, and this is what I think. Rodgers by Slipgate Studios is a platform adventure and came to the PlayStation 4 in 2018. Rodgers, also known as Rodgers World 1 on PC. Whilst Rodgers is not a sequel, I hope it will get one in the future. Slipgate, the developers, are a Danish studio. Bacon. They have made 7 games in total so far: Ancestors Legacy, Devil's Hunt, Eon Maiden and Rodgers, which all released for the PlayStation 4. They all have a retro feel to them. I do like how some developers have found their niche in this genre. It's funny, when I look at the new games or sales, I check these games first, as I know what I want, and when it comes out for AAA, a lot of the indie titles come from out of nowhere and are a pleasant surprise when they do. This is a Metroidvania game, so if you like this kind of game, retro, check Slipgate Studios out. Rodgers is a rambunctious kid. I don't know why, but everywhere that I read anything about it at all, that is how they described him. The game is set in the 1990s. The cartridge-based console kind of gave that away. He's pulled into a pixelated world where you must collect 4 parts to a key to move on to the next level. There are secret areas, enemies, collectibles and power-ups spread across every level. Some of these are difficult to collect as they are off the beaten track. Also worth mention is the adult setting. The voiceover then has swearing and there's a little bit of gore. I like this as younger players may not collect everything but can still get something out of the game, as can adults with this setting. So is this Rodgers teen angst or Rodgers whiny git? You play as Rad, who are playing a video game when Mum walks in and tells you to turn off the game. It's time for you to brush your teeth and go to bed, as it's a school night after all. For any gamers, we have all been told this. Whether it's mothers or partners, I feel your pain. Rad tries to explain that he's nowhere near a save point. If you quit now, you will lose your progress. Your mum tells you that she doesn't care. Ouch, not a gamer. Whether you can save or not, just turn off your console. Any gamer who has experienced this can relate to this opening. Finally, Rad goes to bed, grumbling that he doesn't need to brush his teeth. During the night you awaken to the noise of your TV on, and as much as you may try, you cannot turn it off. Suddenly you are zapped into the game itself by your console. This is a cool opening. It's not original by any means, but it does have sarcasm, which is not the lowest form of wit. That is only ever said by somebody devoid of wit or sarcasm, and think it's a funny thing to say. It is present during the game. Your console comes to life in the pixelated world. It rides around on your back and helps you out with certain tasks. So is this game a looker? Whilst not a AAA game by any means of the description, they are pretty good for a Metroidvania game nonetheless. They are well defined and cartoony as hell. The style does fit the overall game and certainly helps to make this a pleasure to play. If this generation has taught us anything, is that indie titles are just as, if not more than, important than a AAA title. More indie titles surprise me a lot more than a AAA. And whilst I get this game was never going to be the best graphics, it sure as hell looks good to me. So is this a head bopper, a toe tapper? This has a retro flavour to it. It bounces along nicely. The music fits and is up tempo. The sound also ticks all the boxes. The gun sounds a meter and they sound really powerful, which they are. But it never drowns out the music. Both the guns and the music combine to almost overload the ears. This is cool and totally arcade retro. I lost myself in the game, and that is in no small part to the sound. Don't get me wrong, I didn't feel like I was part of the game. I felt in tune with the game. I felt that my shots was always on target and that I was racing through the level. Well, racing for me anyway. And some of this at least was thanks to the sound. So how does this bad boy play? Let me start by saying I love the combat in this game. I love me some twin stick action. It's basically aim and shoot, big guns, explosions and a little gore never done anybody any harm. Power ups are also a welcome addition. Left stick controls the movement, right stick controls the aiming. You can also get a helping hand from the Smart Math console that dragged you into this game. It helps you with pulling you up, swinging and tears in the game. All in all, the gameplay and combat are fun, as they should be. This for me may be a lazy play, but I know I will enjoy every second of it. So how does the atmosphere measure up? Well, I have to admit I like the story. I'm not really invested in it, however. The gaming rush pulled me in greatly. Being able to replay levels to find all of those collectibles adds to the length of the game. But the story isn't totally without merit, but it's not exactly meant to be the be all and end all. An arcade shooter is all about shooting things, feeling in tune with the game, makes you want to play some more. It has been a long time since I have felt this. It doesn't pretend to be something it isn't. As such, the rug doesn't get pulled away from under you. What you see is what you get. A Metroidvania game that packs a real punch. So is there an interest after 3 hours? Hell yes, it's a lazy play, but one I know I will have a lot of fun playing. Difficulty level means you can play it as an arcade experience with limited lives. I've always enjoyed Metroidvania games, and this is a very good example of what one should be. This game may be my next lazy play, I just gotta stop playing Fallout Shelter. But this game might be the one to do that. So if you're looking for a trip down memory lane, or just looking for a fun little title to play that will test your gaming prowess in hard mode, then this could be your huckleberry. So Rodgers Teen Angst it is. So that about wraps it up. I hope you all have a good day. If this has been helpful in any way, please like, comment, share and subscribe, as it helps the channel grow and makes an old man very happy. I post new videos every week. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.